I think I told her, I said, this is what Mike mean by a lot of these niggas don't get laid.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, and I told her, I was like, yo, that is wild to say to a woman, bro. Like,
yeah, it's no way that dude's getting laid.
No way.
Which is why I'm not against sex work, to be honest. Because how else could these guys get laid?
I'm gonna talk about sex workers today.
No wrong with sex workers.
Look, man, shout out to the sex workers, man.
They keep crazy dudes like this from shooting up places,
and they keep me employed.
All the parents, if you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out.
So that's everybody.
The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22.
Okay.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life.
She about to cry. First of all, she's 22. Maybe she's been through a lot. I'm assuming she hasn't.
You gotta get a job at some point, man. Finish college, get a job.
Absolutely. What was your first job?
First job,
like ever, not like out of.
Oh, first job ever was working for my uncle's asphalt company. I lasted a week. In the summertime, 110-degree heat. Yeah, I lasted a week. I wasn't cut out for that.
Ooh, what's the quickest you ever quit a job?
That's probably it.
I definitely didn't quit a job. Like, I've quit a job. I think the quickest I've ever quit a job was the day, 1 day or 2 days, no more than 2 days. They had me out in the sun, and I didn't bring sunblock on the second day. And I just remember my sister seeing me, and she says, if you are still sunburned by the time mama gets home in 24 hours, you are done. You got to quit that job. And I just never went back. They paid me, though, which I respect. I mean, I think that legally they got to.
Uncle paid me.
Yeah.
But I was done.
Crazy. All right, hold on.
I teach 5-year-olds ballet.
Okay.
5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students.
Okay, just 10 students. Like,
they don't respect any authority.
They don't.
You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up.
Ooh.
They're throwing things at each other.
Cute.
They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid.
All right. To all the new parents, that includes me, we got to do better. And the reason why I say this is because I've had two homeboys that have joined the world of teachers. I was going to say teacherisms, but that's a bad word. I don't think that's a word. They are now educators. And they told me, they say, bruh, that shit is real. Like, they've been telling me for the last couple months. Shout out to Jamar and shout out to Laws. Y'all know them. Y'all have heard them on this podcast. Both now are teachers. I think Laws teaches like 10th grade English. Jamar teaches like 7th grade, like geometry or something. And they said it's a zoo.
I bet so. But look, man, when it comes to these little kids, I know what she's saying, and like the little girls aren't listening. I mean, all you got to do is just like every 5 minutes for kids is an enormous amount of time. Like, just think about when you was a child,
okay,
and you had to wait 15 minutes or something, right? Your mom was like, okay, you're gonna have to wait 15 minutes. Like it felt forever.
Absolutely.
All you got to do with these kids, man, is just separate them, put them in spaces for like 5-10 minutes until.
Well, if they're in a classroom, it's hard to do.
Yeah, but see, you take the worst kid, you just take the worst kid, and you like, yo, you're there. You're gonna just stay there, right? That's all you're gonna do. Just put them there, and have the other kids just off to the side on their own.
The teachers that listen to this podcast are saying this nigga had never been in a classroom before.
You know what?
It don't work like that,
dude. Like I'm telling you, like,
it don't work like that.
And if they going wild, man, just like look, let them wear themselves out. Like, yo, cut the light off and leave.
So my kid, who also in that classroom, just got to suffer because I got to look.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because that's a lesson for children to learn. That is a lesson, like, yo, because life is like that. If everybody around you is screwing up, I mean, look.
So I just don't learn nothing.
Yeah.
Look, that sounds horrible. Yeah. That is why all the teachers are telling me it is a shit show. And you know what? I went out one time for Laws. He had a birthday party, and all his coworkers came, and one of the dudes was like, he was like pacing, and he was going. I'm like, bro, what's wrong? He's like, man, I have a boy who comes to my classroom. He's high every day. He comes to my classroom. He's like, he don't bother nobody, but he sits in the back and he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. And he was like, the problem is he's not going to pass my class. He's not doing stuff, and he's literally high. And he goes,
what grade is that?
He said the boy is 14. He said high out of his mind. He said, bruh, his dad comes in smelling like a pound of weed, and his dad looks at me and goes, I ain't got a problem with him smoking weed, but I do need him to pass his class because he need to play sports. And he was like, I had to look at this man and say, hey, bruh, your son is not finna play not one sport. Like, what are you talking about? And all of them was talking about how, going back to what this young lady was saying, I was like, yo, the parents don't care. And I want to bring that up because I do think like this generation of new parents, which is my generation, we do have to, I told somebody last week, and we're going to get to last week, there is this conversation of men speaking out about some things. Sometimes it's us disassociating ourselves. So it is some of that like, yo, I could tell that you're not a parent that cares. So I'm leaving the situation. Yeah. I'm not going to associate with you because I don't like your parenting style. I don't like the way you act with your kids. I don't want my kids rubbing off on you, rubbing off on my kids.
Facts.
So it is one of them things where it's like, damn, bro, like we all do got to do better, man. I thought that was trip. I thought it was interesting. I also thought it because I'm like, damn, she sounds stressed. But you know what?
I mean, she teaches 5-year-olds ballet. Doesn't really seem like it's going to be easy.
Hell nah. But you know how that go. All right, let me get to the funnies. That ain't even the clip I wanted to start with. The clip I really, really wanted to start with to get this shit rolling. And I want to welcome everybody to the Black Dad Club, but we will intro this podcast in a little bit. Give me a second. Hold on, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm great, bro. Great.
This is what I want to start with. Here we go.
This one is dare you have a 2-inch waist, a 40-inch ass, and think you about to be hanging out with my niggas?
It's not happening.
Facts.
Oh my God, all of y'all feel that way?
Right, if I did not know you, you are not hanging out with my
You ain't hanging out with my nigga, I tell you that.
Y'all don't feel like that's possessive?
It is. Now what?
Exactly. So why y'all?
Girl, fuck you and your fat ass.
My nigga can't have no fat ass friends.
I love how the ladies can be possessive, but if we do it, it's like, yo, you're controlling.
It's just weird that he was talking to hoes before me. Let me just say that. Like,
you had a life before me.
He should have waited for me. Yeah, that shit is weird. Every day I think about that shit and I just be kind of looking at him like, you a slut for real. But I love you.
Me and the dude are friends now. Like, we're close.
Can your girl?
No. It's like we ain't gotta go that.
I get. Look, I kind of get what they saying. Yeah, like I get it, because I guess I was going through the comments and some of the conversation turned into like, yo, is this possessive, right? Or is it weird that women do feel this way? And it's kind of like, yo, I could understand if I had a homegirl that was like thick, if my wife was like, do you still need to be friends with her now that I'm here? Like, what is the point of y'all friendship?
I mean, look, so I always hold to the line of like, yo, if you've been friends for like, years, and when I say years, like this shit gotta be like 7+.
Okay, I was gonna say 10+. But
yeah, cool. Yeah. Before you met me, then like, all right, I can understand keeping it to where you guys still talk, you still stay in touch, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to like happy hours and like hanging out on Fridays and dinner? No, you're not doing any of that. You're with me now. If you still want to do all that, then stay out there in the streets. So like, no. But what's funny is when we say it, how the rap go? It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah.
It's okay when y'all do it.
When y'all do it.
So it's like when the ladies talking about it, it was real lighthearted and like everybody understand it. Like, no, I don't want my man hanging out with a big booty chick, right? But when guys are like, man, like I don't really want you, hanging out with dude. It's like, oh, you insecure. Like, nah.
Yeah.
The answer's no. The
answer is no. I got rid of all them niggas when I got married.
Like, what I'm saying? Y'all
put that in the group chat.
Y'all can say friends on Facebook, but like, no, man. Like, nobody's hanging out with my girl. What are you nuts?
Yeah. I did tell Karina one time, I was like, yo, this nigga like you, this nigga like you, and I was like, it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever, and we're gonna get to this, people don't get with unattractive people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of like, all right, and I do understand. I am of the belief that you don't got platonic friends. Like, I just don't believe that, unless I believe one person at least is attracted to the other person. Doesn't mean you're going to act on it.
I think you can have genuine friends, right? Like, but to your point, platonic, right? Like, but I think that you people have been friends, for years and years. Like, all right, that's cool. Like, I have like a couple of homegirls. They're just friends. Like, I don't want nothing to do with them.
Do you think they're attracted to you, or do you find them attractive? Either or.
I would say, these are like 20-year friendships, right?
So
maybe like for the first 6 months or so, there was an attraction there.
Okay, cool.
But it's like, Yeah, I mean, eventually you have to grow up and you have to have discipline. That's why I'm not one of these people that's like, yo, men and women can't be friends, because what kind of planet would that be?
Yeah,
like we're like seriously, we can only fuck each other or nothing. Like,
yeah, and I'm also in the belief that it's some girls who I'm cool with who, when we first got cool, I'm like, damn, she is attractive.
Yeah.
Now I'll be like, I wouldn't dare.
No, exactly right. So I do believe that is the case. But you know what I'm saying. But you're not gonna play me in my face either. You know,
Absolutely.
not boo boo the fool, right? Like,
yeah.
No, you cannot hang out with a young Idris Elba that drives a Maserati and has an accent. No, no, right? I'm not about to sit here and play like, yo, you just insecure. Like, no, I'm not stupid. You're human.
You know what? I was laughing because I was gonna make a reel one time, and it was it's scary to know like who your girl may or may not fall for.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go in on Drake one day, but I'm like, yo, the way this petty nigga act.
Yeah, he came and got your girl.
And got my black ass over here crying on the podcast.
Nobody
like
got
fit and fresh or fat, whatever them niggas name was.
Nobody got time for that. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, and I think that is a mistake of men, is that sometimes we forget our women are human.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We halo the hell out of them, and it's like, no, like the same way I'm human, she's human too. Which is why I like to be friends with my woman. Like, my woman is able to tell me honestly, damn near anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna overreact, right? Like, no matter what it is, like if it's something that she want to get off her chest, something she want to talk about, something from the past, I don't care, man. I let her get it off, because I'd rather her talk to me than be out here talking to another dude. Like,
Michael B. Jordan at the hookah spot.
Yeah. Come talk to me, because that way, when you do something stupid, I could be like, see, you didn't even have to do that. You could have came and talked to me, right? So whatever consequences that you're gonna suffer from that, those are yours.
Hey man, I want to welcome everybody to the Baddest Club. I am your host, Gavin, aka Coke, aka the number one person in my fantasy football league. We are 7-4. We will get to that later. They ain't even talking to group chat this week. Run, tell them that. Y'all was talking shit for the last 3 weeks when I was taking them L's back to back to back. Your boy first place, then clinched the playoffs. Y'all silent. Y'all keep doing that to me, man. I'm gonna have to check y'all. Anyway, man, I want to welcome y'all. This is the man of the hour. This is the man who is about to get the holiday season. I will start collecting, because we gotta do something special for Mike's birthday. Because he hates his birthday. He don't talk about it. He don't invite nobody out for it. So we will. If
I might do something this year for my birthday.
If you got anything nice to say and you want to call in and say it, I will record it and we can play it for Mike so he'll know that he loved.
Hey, appreciate that, man.
Look, but this is Pastor Mike Will, who is going to be an Instagram pastor one day.
I'm definitely going to play one.
Oh, absolutely.
It seems fun.
They bring in the Do you think the baddies bring the guys to pay tithes, and that's why these Instagram pastors keep having them on?
I do think I do think the church is becoming like the club, because clubs aren't becoming clubs anymore.
Nah, you can't dance.
Yeah, so I think churches are actually becoming that. I think people are moving from the club scene to like this eclectic church scene. So if you want to get dudes into your church, right, it's the same thing with women, like
with the
clubs, right? Women free, right? Well, why is women free? Because they know you're gonna bring the dudes out.
Facts,
right? If you did dudes free, ain't no chicks coming.
None.
So I
Where
think
you niggas at?
Yeah, so I think churches are doing the same thing. I think churches are trying to get the baddies in and hoping that brings the men back, but it's not gonna work. And the reason why it's not gonna work is because most of these churches are ran by men. Like, men understand hierarchy.
Horny. Oh, horny.
Yeah, well, they are horny. Men understand hierarchy, and none of these churches are ran by men who men see themselves being subordinate to. And you Instagram pastors is too horny, and I hope the Instagram baddies, and I'm talking to one in particular, I hope y'all start charging to go on these podcasts with these Instagram. No,
pastors.
they're not gonna charge because their currency is attention. So
Facts.
So they're hoping that they're gonna go there and get like people to like them, but a lot of people just weird, man.
Y'all know my favorite line is from Vince Staples.
What?
They don't pay you niggas in cash anymore. They only pay y'all in attention.
This is true.
They only pay. His quote was exactly, they paying you niggas in attention now.
Yes, this is
and it's true. So true. When he said that shit like 5 years ago, and that shit stuck with me, and I'm like, damn, it's the truth. But yeah, I hope y'all Instagram baddies start charging these pastors, because they making money when they embarrass y'all and have y'all talking crazy and got y'all on there dry bagging for a man that you never wanted. And nobody in the church want that ass. So it's all cool. Like, as a guy in the church who used to get curved all the time, look, if y'all was there now, I would be like, hell nah. Wouldn't even be able to pay tithes.
It's some cuties in church though.
It is, but they get yanked up quick as well.
Do.
Like we got to talk about that one day. I want to thank everybody that went to the Active Dads event. You might have to sit back. You might be focusing on my camera. You see in my camera how you right there?
I mean,
your arm. Yeah, man. Come on, man.
You got to get a bigger couch, man.
Facts. There we go.
I got to get a bigger couch.
I do need a bigger couch. Anybody want to donate a couch to the Black Dads Club? I swear we'll shout your ass out every week. I do want to thank everybody that came to the Active Dad event. Shout out to Mod. Shout out to Active Dads. It was super cool. We went to Supperland. It was probably about 30 dads out there. So it was probably like 30 dads and 5 non-dads. And you know what? The non-dads said they was there because they wanted to see if this is something they wanted to get used to. It's like, are y'all going crazy or is this something worth diving into?
Parenthood is
no joke.
Yeah, it's no joke. It's rewarding. But I would never sit here and tell anybody that it's fun. And this is why I always say, like, no babies out of wedlock, because you need to raise that kid with somebody, bro.
Please do.
You need to raise that kid with somebody.
And shout out to Ben and Ryan for pulling up. I just got to shout them out.
Yeah, I had the kiddo last week, so that's why I missed y'all. So it wasn't kid friendly, and I don't know. I didn't want to kind of risk trying to get his mother to watch him for me. So I'm gonna need her for other things. So I'm gonna need her down the road. I didn't even want to risk it. It's like, you know what? I'll just not go.
Yo, you know what? And it's funny because in marriage life, it's the same thing. It's like, all right, do I want to pull this out later? It's harder. I understand it's harder for y'all because then it's like a real like political thing. But for me, the political part of it is like, all right, how many times before she be like, damn, you always gone.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to just take it on the chin because you like, I'm going to need this favor down the road.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Let's go.
All right, let's get to it, man.
What we got?
We talked about her last week. I think we talked about Cassie last week and about her being fine. I gotta run the tape back.
I don't know. I mean, Cassie is fine.
She is fine. We got a tape.
I don't have a type. I am not participating in this skit with Gavin.
Oh, I'm gonna get him today.
What is Cassie's background? Cassie
fine. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna start asking you this at the top of every podcast.
Yeah.
We telling the truth today or we lying?
I mean, we always tell the truth.
No, we don't.
We tell the
we getting a Patreon next year too.
I call it if all my homegirls know I have something called an Ashley truth.
What's the Ashley truth?
So you know what?
Oh, you can't say?
I probably should have used a different name.
Ooh.
All right. Anyway, Ashley truth is basically a half truth.
Okay, cool.
It's where you don't tell the whole truth. I'll go give you a story, but I can't give you the story.
You can't,
He might,
because then I have to bleep everything. And I'm glad I don't know.
I'll change the story around and tell you guys in the future.
Yeah, you got to change like 5 details, 5 identifiers.
Yeah.
So for those who not know, this story is only like 4 days old. It seemed like 4 or 5 days old.
It is over already.
It's over.
Yeah.
This shit was over in 72 hours max. It was really over in like 48. Cassie filed a civil lawsuit against Diddy for $30 million, claiming a wild of things of him having her sleep with male prostitutes, sexual assault, physical abuse, so domestic violence. She used the R word, which I found out YouTube will start blocking your videos if you say the R word.
If you say it,
yeah,
they'll block it.
Yeah,
I gotta finish going through all their videos to find out.
Yeah, I think we gotta stop cursing in like the first 8 minutes or something. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure that out once we get monetized.
Yeah,
but
true.
Right now we could just let the shit fly. And so it was like a wave across socials because this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The blogs started running with it, and then as soon as it was like, all right, let's see what happens. Yo, it's a settlement. It's over. Y'all shut the hell up. DeLeon was on sale at the ABC store. I don't know if that has any correlation. Diddy is not with Ciroc anymore.
Well, he hasn't been with Ciroc in a while.
Yeah,
because he has a lawsuit against them.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things where I don't think we really have to feel bad for Diddy, because I mean Diddy has traditionally been known to screw people over, right? Like he's never been known as an astute businessman. He's been known as the type of dude that you really don't want to cut a deal with. And the fact that Diageo, wasn't that Diageo with Ciroc? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the fact that Diageo basically made him a spokesperson and never gave him any equity and then he like doubled up the price on Ciroc. Because like I used to buy Ciroc before Diddy got to it. It used to be a $30 bottle, and then Diddy got hold to it. It used to be $25. Now it became a $50 bottle because that's how they was paying him.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't provide him any equity. So the fact that he kind of got screwed on that, nobody felt sorry for Diddy because traditionally when it came to like Total, Mace, Craig Mack,
everybody,
right?
I mean,
yeah, everybody, right? Like
the locks.
Yeah, it's kind of had been known that hey, he's going to screw you over in the deal. So to see him get screwed, it's just one of those things. It's just like, yeah, it's about time. Now back to the Cassie situation. I read the filing. I saw that I got the filing up now. I saw that she sued pretty much like all his businesses and industries, and this is might be part of the reason why it was settled so quick, because most of these companies have insurance in regards to employees, and it seems like she sued partially as an employee, like not as his girlfriend, but also as an employee of Bad Boy. And that settlement, again, it's a good chance that insurance is part of the reason why I just got settled out so quick.
And I'm looking at it, and I heard Joe Budden talk about this about a year ago. It was like, if your company is making a lot of money, putting your girlfriend on payroll is smart. It's like a smart thing. So I wouldn't be surprised, because Cassie ain't made music forever, but I'm pretty sure she's a Bad Boy employee and it comes out. And so now when stuff like this does happen,
well, if you go to the end of the filing, it says part of the reason, these are the reasons why she sued: for money judgment representing compensatory damages, including consequential damages, lost wages, earning, and other sums of money together with interest on those monies, according to proof, right? So she is suing as an employee here, right?
Yeah.
For money judgment for mental pain and anguish and severe emotional distress, according to proof, right? And I think part two is where everybody want to go, because in here she does detail a situation in Malibu where she's saying he forced himself into
her home
that he paid for. So it's unclear if it was where she was living her home or property of Bad Boy home, right? Which makes it company property. Anyway, what I'm saying is, for punitive exculpatory damages according to proof, for attorney fees and costs, for prejudgment and post-judgment interest, and whatever other costs the courts deem.
Yeah.
So, Diddy did something here, right?
Facts. Something.
He did something, but as for like the allegation itself, I kind of take the Joe Budden stance on this of like, it's not enough really to talk about outside of the fact, unless you just want to go down the road of allegations and talk about allegations.
Yeah, well, so here's my thing. I thought that the industry silence on this was loud as hell. But then as I get to it, what are y'all going to say?
Yeah, what are you going to say? Unless Diddy confesses,
yeah,
what are you gonna talk about?
But it's like, I look at, what do I expect the Breakfast Club to say besides report the news when you're on revoke? What do I expect Nori to say when you have a revoke deal?
Yeah.
Joe Budden has been lobbying for Diddy in this album for the last 2 years. As a active listener to Joe Budden podcast, he capes for Jay-Z, Diddy, and it's a couple other people, but those two, he'll say, yo, I'm not picking a side. He would basically say like, yo, if you come in here to get a reaction, you're not finna get it. Like, I'm here. And he says that about Diddy all the time. Like, he loves Puffy. So I'm not shocked that so many of our industries, our black media is silent on it. And then also the other reason why I'm not shocked is because Cassie had an outcome that she wanted and she got it. Yeah. I'm not saying she got the 30 mil, because we're never going to know. No. But I'm saying she settled, meaning I got what I wanted.
Well, it's a settlement. I've done subrogation. Subrogation, you kind of shoot for 85%. You kind of don't want to go below 70%. So, it was settled, again, being that she named all his businesses and industries.
Yeah.
I'm certain that they had to involve themselves. And at that point, is the law firm, she has a very powerful law group that was representing her. That law group do know that once insurance companies become involved, these are 2,000 people, corporate law firms now.
Yeah.
So you do have to reach a settlement. And so I'm pretty sure that they came close to that number. It went away fast. I will say I don't think that's an indictment of guilt being settled fast. I'm saying I think it's an indictment of his insurance companies was involved, and it was deemed necessary,
man,
to do it fast. But I take the Dana White approach when it comes to black men. I'm always gonna take that approach, right? Dana White is on camera, and ain't nobody said a goddamn thing about it, right?
I'm not taking that approach because that was wrong, and this is too. Sorry, I'm not doing that. Y'all ain't saying nothing about A, so I ain't saying shit about B. No, I'm here to say I think. Look. I think certain kinks are weird. I'm gonna start there.
Well, we don't kink shame.
You don't.
Yeah.
I've always said you don't.
Yeah.
I think certain kinks are weird, but I also am like, if that's what you do, who am I to say what should or should not happen? When I think something is weird, I think a lot of shit is weird. That don't mean I don't believe you should have the right to not do it, right? It's certain shit that I'm into that it's a reason why y'all ain't seen my Reddit history. You know what I'm saying? But hey, when I get home and I put that jersey on, wink, wink, we get to do that shit, man. And for those who not know, man, never mind. I explain the jersey in a separate video because I'm telling the truth, damn it. Look, Aaron Hall came out years ago and said there's a room, Diddy has rooms where people go in, they have sex, and people sit outside and watch it. That's Aaron Hall's words, not mine. Go watch the video.
Are we saying that that's weird?
No. I'm saying that I think that's interesting. I'm calling that weird. Yeah, me. Now, here's the other thing I understand. I had a baddie that me and you both know. We know her.
Okay.
The lie that you said, it was her name.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty girl, tall girl. I remember one time she was messing with a jeweler at a job that I work with. And she told me bro was into the same shit. Like, that's his thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's exhibitionism and voyeurism.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I say that to say that why I find all of that weird, clearly there's a community for that, right?
Yes.
I might find nudism weird. Yeah. But it's a community for that. It's people who are into that.
Dude, there's like nude beaches in Florida of all.
Yeah,
like
outside of Miami.
Yeah, right down the street, like full nude. So I mean, again, so I am in the camp of, you know, what's sexually adventurous that others may do. Here's the thing: if I'm at a party and there's a Diddy's there and he's showing, you know, overly interest in me, I'm probably leaving that party, bro.
Facts.
Because, I mean, as the night goes along, as alcohol starts coming down, right, that night's going to become
Playboy
weirder and weirder and weirder, right?
Yeah. And so, and it is, so only reason why I'm saying that is what I'm basically getting at with Diddy is like, he has that reputation. He's had that reputation before Cassie and I do believe this. Rich people have kinks that they can afford.
True.
They can afford the people to participate in it. They can afford the environment. Creating that environment, they can afford to, let me put it like this. I would love to know what Young Miami's NDA looked like since this Cassie situation came out.
Yeah, I mean, like,
because that NDA, it's probably got perpetuity in there. Whatever word says for the rest of you forever, yeah. I think it's perpetuity.
Well, let's be clear, right? I don't think anybody would defend, rape, right? I don't think anybody would ever defend domestic violence.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
we're gonna get to that later too.
So is when you have the conversation about what's going on between Cassie and Sean Combs, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to run to the extreme. And it's like, at some point we have to be able to have a conversation about everything that's in the middle. Because that's what leads up to the extreme. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like our community has the ability to have the conversation about what occurs in the middle, right? What hypergamy looks like. What is too much hypergamy? At what point does hypergamy being practiced becomes undue influence, right? At what point, have someone, they feel like they can't say no because they're afraid to lose a lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
That they didn't earn. Lifestyle was given to them, right? But they're enjoying it so much, and now that it's become normal to them, they don't want to lose it, so they feel like they can't say no, right?
Yeah.
Is that still now consent, or is it dubious consent, or is it being taken advantage of? We go so far to the extreme that everything in the middle, the conversation that we can have to prevent the extreme, we do not have that capacity or that maturity.
Kiki and Dares. And Usher.
Yeah, right? We don't have that capacity.
Facts. I'm with you.
Yeah, so
hey, here's my last thing. I done told y'all about stop messing with these young girls. I don't give a fuck. Ryan, you can run that to the group chat. All right.
What is a young girl, man? I told you I don't emphasize women, man. Like, what is a young girl?
She was 19 and Diddy was close to 40 when they met.
I mean I'm
gonna leave it at that.
I mean 19 is young, but I mean young. That's me.
I saw somebody today. They was like, "Yo, between 20 and 30, you just a big ass teenager."
But
and
so
I'm like,
so are men, right? Because but that's not the way it's ever spun. It's never spun like that. It never spun like that. You never see, young black boys do something and people be like, you know what? You were just too young. We're gonna let that shit slide. It doesn't happen, man.
When these athletes get these chicks pregnant, they be like, yo, he's young, he's new to the
No, he's like, but it's naive. Nobody is saying that he was taken advantage of, right? Like, even
yes, they do.
No one said PJ Washington was taken advantage of.
Yes, they did, but I think it wasn't. Let me put it like this:
it wasn't loud.
It wasn't loud.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I will give you that. It's never loud enough, but that's just sometimes that is the. Sometimes men dig a hole for themselves, and it's like, do we bitch to get out of the hole?
I think most time men just take it on the chin. I think most time men just be like, yo, I was stupid. She got me.
And sometimes that is the drawback of taking it on the chin. Yeah. That's what I want to get at. Because it is sad, man. It is sad because like PJ was, and when we saw Britney dating, we was like, oh shit, here we go, right? These other dudes, these NBA players, we'd be like, oh, the snipers out there. I mean,
we literally call them snipers, we call them mercenaries, right? We're like, this is literally what we call the women that can go in and take advantage.
We call them snipers
of the men. The flip side of that, though, it's easy for that to get turned into an allegation. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that Diddy's innocent. I'm just saying, like,
I'm telling you, he ain't.
Yeah, I mean, I think Diddy would tell you he's probably not, right? But I don't think that's our job. I think that's his job, the creator's job, legal team job, and any victims that he have. So if there are more, actual victims,
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, it'll come forward.
Thoughts and prayers part 2.
Yeah, it'll come forward.
God damn, y'all love doubling up right before the holidays too. Hold on, here we go.
When it comes to the adultery, is it typically the men committing adultery? Is it the women, or do you actually get to see a different angle of it?
It's the men.
It's typically the men actually committing adultery.
Time, yes.
Okay. And
the funny thing is, men are not leaving their women for cheating.
Wow.
I mean, they just
really.
So the women are also cheating, but men are not leaving their women for cheating.
No, men don't leave their women for cheating.
I'd be damned.
I mean, it's
but
true, they don't.
Everybody's talking tough online about that. All the guys are talking tough
online, but the men are not leaving their women for cheating.
Would you leave your girl for cheating?
Yes.
Like, what if it's one time?
What do you mean? What if it's one time?
She only cheated once.
The answer is yes. Like, I'm leaving, and the reason why I'm leaving is because I am turned on by honesty and loyalty, and like once you and trust, right? Like once I lose those things, I lose the interest to actually want to be intimate with you, right? Like one of the things like that I enjoy is shibari, right? It's rope play. If anybody want to know, right?
The fuck.
But here's the thing, right? It's about trust, right? So the moment that trust is lost, hey, bondage, man. Like I told you, I'm a BDSM practitioner, right?
I didn't know what we have a list on the board, and that wasn't on
there. No, but I'm talking about trust, right? So
you'll
it's like
see my face.
So once that trust is lost,
facts.
Like for me, I'm not really interested. Now, like, am I going to make you out to be the worst person in the world or not understand it? No, I'm not going to do that. Chances are we're still going to be cool, right? But that number one spot, you're out of it. That's not your spot anymore. You might end up in the number 4 spot, number 5 spot, but you never get that number 1 spot back again.
Would I leave my wife for cheating?
You don't have to answer this, man. Don't cause problems that you don't have. At
Facts.
The moment.
Look,
you don't have to answer.
I got a great girl, man. Got a great girl. You know what? I don't, because you know what it is. Damn, I want to serious this out. You remember that story? We probably did this we had 118. We probably did this, I don't know, probably about 40, 50 episodes ago about the pastor who got up and started preaching about suicide. And he was going in and clowning. And then like 2 weeks later, he killed himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you invite certain demons into your house, into your life,
they will
show up.
Yeah.
Going back to the Drake situation, I wanted to go in, but I thought to myself, I said, what if this nigga say, let me just send her DM.
Let me go find his woman and just text him.
Just text.
And then now you are embarrassed. Like even if she even if he had no intention of doing it, right? The fact that she would be like, yeah. Now, with that being said, I do know a lot of guys that has been cheated on. Not a lot of guys. I've known men to be cheated on that stay with their women. So I agree with what she's saying. And vice versa. Like, women don't leave when men cheat either, if we're being 100% honest. Like, women get tired of it, but they like no one really leaves for that. But if you if you ask me, like if you betray my trust in a relationship, I am going to the number one spot is gone. It's gone. Like I can't give it to you because I value honesty like too much. I value loyalty. I guess I should say more than honesty. I value loyalty, man.
Hey,
make me feel special.
Yeah, baby, don't do that to me.
You don't make me feel special, man. I don't want to be with you. Like, yeah, I want to be. I told y'all, my wife got to hit the arc, right? She got to adore me. She got to respect me. She got to celebrate me,
and she got to use the rope.
Yeah, like don't be having me dap up another dude, man. Like,
see now you adding on to my question.
Like, don't do that, man. Like, no, I can't, man. No, you evil. No, I can't do it.
This is immature, and I was young. I was under the age of 23. My homegirl, her dude thought that she cheated with me, and I told bro, like, on some slick shit, like, yo, I'm not the one she cheating with. Like, I've never messed with her, and I was telling the truth. But then, he gave me his ass to kiss. So later, I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna help her play this game. I ain't sleeping with your girl, but now we get to act like I am. And but I was immature. Sierra just wrote and said, shout out to C. I will give out her business name, but just in case y'all want to attack her, we're going to let it go. She said Diddy had to pay off the strength that Cassie was quiet for so long.
I'm not mad at Cassie for getting the money, man.
Nah, I get it.
I'm not, and I hope she's okay with it. Like,
her and her model boyfriend.
If dude is actually like, hitting her and beating on her, and like, none of that's cool, right? Abuse, rape, that's not cool.
You know what?
Consent is sexy, man. You
know what? Absolutely. You know what? I realized even more. A lot of people have dealt with domestic violence more than I'm.
Like half. I think the number is, because I actually looked this up because I was arguing with somebody online last week about intimate partner violence, but it's roughly half. Like, half of people in relationship at some point is going to deal with domestic violence, and what they found. The reason why they started using intimate partner violence now over domestic violence, because when you hear domestic violence, you're instantly thinking, it's a man abusing a woman, right?
Yeah.
And what like CDC and everybody is finding out is that women are very active participants in the violence, right? So they created the term intimate partner violence. But roughly half of everybody at some point is going to experience some sort of intimate partner violence. And a lot of people experience it and they don't consider it domestic violence. They just think it's a volatile relationship, right? Yeah. If somebody throws something at you, that's actually violent, right? Because they didn't hit you with it.
Or if I snatch my phone out your hand.
If you snatch somebody's phone, if you push somebody.
Facts.
If you come and mush somebody in the head, like, all of these things are intimate partner violence. And one of the things that they find out is that it escalates over time. So the domestic violence is kind of like the exclamation mark of what had happened. But the mushing, the yelling, the throwing, the kicking, the snatching the covers away, all that stuff is going to lead up to it if you don't clean it up and have a conversation about it at some point.
Absolutely. In sassy news.
Yeah, we just went way too serious in the last 10 minutes.
You let me give them that when we meet.
Damn.
Even that, I kept discreet. I asked you to your face, did you fuck them niggas? And you swore on your mother. I knew from then I couldn't trust her.
That's tough. Fair use.
I don't even think he put this out on DSPs. We good.
All right.
And we discussing it. I think that's like the other thing. Is it sassy or is it not? Or is it fair game? And I ask this because you talking about a woman, but Meg is a rapper. And she grew up on like the battle scene of rapping. Like, that's how she got popular, being there, known as the chick around all the dudes, rapping with them back and forth and outshining them. And now, she talks spicy in her raps, so is this sassy or is it not sassy?
So, you know what?
Because I think it's fair game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't want to call it sassy, but Party might be being a little sassy. Right?
Yeah, facts.
So I don't think a man being able to call a woman out on her behavior is a problem, right? I think when you turn to social media. Now, I'm not saying Party turned to social media because Party's a producer, right? This is his art. He's expressing himself in its art, which is why I won't call it sassy. But what I will say is when everything was popping off of Meg, Party had a strong opinion in there about how men should act.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He went and got the huge feminist tattoo. Everybody was like, yeah, see, this is how as a man, this is how you support your woman, right?
Facts.
And I think what Party is showing right now is a lot of what the fear of men is, right? I love my woman, I support my woman, and you are going to make me look stupid. Right?
I want lemon pepper wings tonight.
She's really made him look stupid, right? He's saying in the song, like, yo, this dude is creating, music for you, right? And it's something, and
No, he's writing for you.
He's writing for you, right?
We're gonna clarify. Mike, we said we're telling the truth today, man.
And it's like, this is what I do, right?
This is what I do.
And you got another dude doing it for you, and you letting them pop off, and you got me dapping them up. Like what? Like again, it goes to the emotional labor of men, right? Like what man should not be pissed off at that?
Yeah.
Right? Like how as a man you cannot be infuriated, right? Yeah. So when I see online where people are like, yo, he's sassy, he's like, yo, the fact that he's doing this, right, and it's not somewhere else, it's kind of he kind of needs to be commended for that. But again, not feeling bad for Party because Party was real going off on men doing the whole Meg thing. Now, do I think he cheated on Meg? Look, when
I told you, entertainers
I don't consider that cheating, man. When you done got in court and they reading off names of dude that you told me we ain't got to worry about, bro. I'm just trying not to embarrass you in court, but we are done. we're not together.
Mike
I did not
want me
cheat
to
on
clip
you.
this shit so bad. Go ahead, keep saying wild shit.
I did not cheat on you. I didn't. They read they just reading off names that you done told me like, nah, we ain't never do that.
I will say this: I watched that Meg doc. There's a Hulu doc on Meg and Tory's the whole thing, and it tells everything from Meg's point of view. And the second episode is everything from Tory's point of view. Ain't gonna lie, bro. And so here's the thing.
Yeah.
On Meg's thing, it's all people that know her or support her telling it. On Tory, they do the exact same thing. I ain't gonna lie. Tory did that shit. It's bad. It's bad, bro.
Tory. Again, when you go to court and you get convicted, yes, something did happen. But as I always say, the crazy part about the Tory story is if he just stays in that pool and let her go, none of this happens. It's a lesson to be learned there. Like this arguing and this escalating and having these drawn out, high volume, volatile conversations, like, yo, let that shit go, bro.
Yeah. Or, the other thing was,
I mean, obviously you can't pull out a gun around anybody and shoot people, all right?
And
no one is saying that Tory didn't take it too far. Like, let's be clear.
But you got to recognize, the conversation I think we're trying to get to is you got to recognize certain things early and say, like, all right, let me remove myself.
Let me remove myself from it.
Because, and they get to that point, right? And also Meg invited him to Kylie's house. So it's no truth of if Kylie says, yo, nah, you were invited by her, you got to go with her as well. Because clearly Meg was leaving. But also one main thing, if you look at the charges that Tory was facing, he should have took the plea deal. It was never that you shot somebody in the foot. It's that you disarmed a gun from a car in a residential area. And the thing is, the two females was not in the car. That's the thing.
That's crazy.
So yeah, when you read the charges, bro, it's like very like, all right, Tory, why didn't you take the plea deal? Like
and I would agree, you should not discharge a firearm from a vehicle
in a residential area. And the dude who I'm
not mad that you get locked up for that.
And then when your star witness is coming out of the DA's office smiling,
yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, take the deal. Take the deal.
I'm saving anybody. We had a video. I don't even feel like playing it because I hate when y'all put unattractive people on y'all reels so that women and other men could just slam them for being unattractive.
Yeah,
with their strong opinions.
I don't like slamming people.
I don't like that. But she wanted to talk about how she was with her man and she cheats because she doesn't find him attractive, but she married him anyway. And so it was getting into cheating. Scratch all that. Did you marry the person that you had the most fun with sex? Your sexual peak.
Did you marry the person that you had the best sex in your life with? I don't want to give anybody that much props. I really don't. I don't want to give anybody that much props.
Sometimes when you don't say enough, you say it too much.
I don't give anybody that props.
Yes. Yeah, y'all ain't starting shit in my house.
But could you marry somebody that wasn't like the best?
No,
I could.
No.
At this point in my, I have enough maturity. I mean, the sex got to be good, but some sex is hard to compete with. Just not going to beat that.
Yeah. I mean,
not going to beat that.
I was about to say I was thinking. I was not.
Typically, when you have the best sex of your life, you're not thinking.
Yeah, but I was about to give a story, and I was about to start it with I was thinking about, and I decided to cut that out. I look at when I met my wife, when we started getting involved, when we was cool. I remember there was this pause when I was talking to your brother, and I was telling him, I was like, "Yo, I need to wait this out." Because I wasn't ready to get married yet, right? I didn't have stuff in order. And I do want to have a conversation about men, and I really want to have it with a woman on the podcast. How women don't seem to understand how men want to be financially ready to get married. And it bothers them, but for us, it's a real thing. And that's what it was for me, right? And I remember talking to your brother. I'm like, yeah, she is the one I'm supposed to marry. I'm just not ready. And I have to stall because if she realizes that, yo, I'm the one, he knows I'm the one, what is going on, she might start thinking certain things. And I was like, and it was a pride thing that didn't want me to go to her and say, yo, I need X amount of years to get physically, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything ready. But I'm glad she didn't walk off and we here. Before we go to the next part of these podcasts, Thanksgiving coming up. What you cooking? Anything? Where you going? You going to South Carolina?
Yeah. I'm going to hang out with my fam. So.
If y'all see Mike in South Carolina, run up on him.
Yeah, I get, but I'm not cooking.
Why you not cooking? You can cook.
I can cook, but I'm not cooking, man. That's gonna be for everybody else.
Do you think you the best cook on this podcast?
Yeah.
You said it too fast. Let me ask again. Do you think you the best cook on the podcast?
Yeah. I
what you want to? Let's have a cook off.
I can cook, bro. I can do my thing.
What you want to cook, man?
Man, whatever, bro. The only thing I'm really bad at.
Okay, let's cook
pasta.
that.
I'm bad at pasta.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah. So yeah. You can do the pasta, but anything else I can make.
I used to love the little chicks. Damn. I called y'all chicks. Damn, I did right. I used to love when we used to have friend cookouts. I would always pay attention to the person who brought the seafood pasta. They put noodles, Italian dressing, and throw some carrots up in there. They think they.
I actually love cooking, man. As soon as this pod get monetized, man, I think I'm gonna break into a little cooking thing, for you guys, man, and start doing that.
Me and Mike gonna have a cook off.
Quick dads thing. I love it, man. I love cooking for my woman. Yeah, I love it, man. I love if my woman can cook. But if she can't cook, bro, that really doesn't bother me because I actually enjoy cooking.
I don't know who that is calling me on the pod. It's funny, on Twitter they had a discussion. It says, what is a scam that's so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam? And somebody commented, women being the ones who typically cook on holidays while others rest, in quotations, and socialize.
Yeah, that's just did a woman say that?
Let me click on yeah. The thing,
her
name is Woo Child. Yeah, so you already know.
Yeah, she lazy. I literally just spent the last 30 seconds talking about how much I enjoy cooking. So again, fellas, stop marrying these basic chicks, bro. Stop marrying, you know what I'm saying? That's anybody who thinks that your grandmother or your mother or and in this case a male like myself is in the kitchen slaving and we're not enjoying it. I like making a dish and then seeing my woman enjoy it or my son enjoy it or my parents enjoy it. I've cooked Thanksgiving for my family before. I enjoy it. At no point was I like, look at them lazy motherfuckers in there while I'm slaving away. Anybody that has that mindset, honestly, they're not prepared to have a family. They're not prepared for the responsibilities of family. And
she do her makeup bad.
That shit's yucky, bro. That shit's yucky. I can't imagine having somebody who cares that little for people that they love.
She not unattractive, but she like a lot of white stuff.
They never unattractive. That be the problem. That's why these kids are so bad, because these
look how basic she is.
Yeah, these very attractive women.
She spelled mood with her titties.
Silly. We gotta stop putting babies in these women, bro.
Facts.
Gots to.
We put out a list. Now I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a lot of women cooking at our Thanksgiving dinner. But the dudes, we all know our roles, and it ain't no just show up and sit down and watch the Cowboys lose on Thursday. But I do want to bring old Thanksgiving back, man. My grandma don't cook no more. She sit over there and laugh at me and make me get her little stuff. I like that. My mom ain't gonna be there. They going to see my other grandparents. But But my aunt's gonna be in there talking trash and asking Karina if I be bothering her. But shout out to Thanksgiving, man. What you most looking forward to eating? My English is horrible today.
Mac and cheese and potato salad.
I ain't never had potato salad a day in my life.
Really?
Bro, I don't like cold food. Like, I don't understand eating cold food with hot food, and then it look weird.
I can understand that. You gotta get started on potato salad young. It's too late for you.
It's too late. I don't eat that.
But if you do ever
eggs.
decide to eat potato salad, you gotta get the mustard base. It has to be yellow. Like, if you're gonna try it for the first time, like, do not go for the white stuff. You got to get yellow potato salad, because if not, you're gonna hate it for real.
I love greens and I love candy yams. I cannot wait. And I saw.
Can I get to them yams?
That was a great song, by the way.
That is a Thanksgiving song, by the way. That is like
that is a great like song. I am interested. Hold on. Oh shit! Look at me being lazy. I am interested. I saw a cool thing. It was talking about if we should get rid of turkeys and do turkey wings on Thanksgiving. I think that's a great idea.
I actually like the breast part of the turkey. I don't really like
that shit dry as hell.
That's why you gotta fry it, because then it's juicy.
I don't like fried food.
You know, fried turkey is not like fried food. It's like you're not coating it with, like, batter.
As y'all can see, I don't cook. And y'all see why I'm small. I don't eat fried food. I don't eat French fries. I don't eat. That's it.
Yeah, you're going to live a long time if you don't run into one of these people you be talking about in the comment section.
Facts. To speak of that, and what a transition. I ain't class for this nigga. Y'all are mean as hell. All right? Y'all mean. Last week, we had a conversation about Kiki, Darius, and everything. And a couple of things. First of all, y'all mean. Y'all said that y'all don't know why. Somebody said it scares them that we are fathers. And we, you know what? To add to your point, man.
How did I miss that?
Oh, because you turned off them damn comments.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why Gavin goes to engage with this side of it. Gavin knows I hate that side of the internet. I hate it.
I would tell y'all why. We only had like 2,000 views, and I'm like, man, we deserve more than this. And I think Instagram is like close to 20,000. TikTok is like 15 grand. So yeah, I did what I needed to see done. I got us there. And to point to add fuel to Sisters Fire, we dads of boys.
Yeah.
So little Mike, little Gavin, they should do a podcast together one day.
They probably will. But I'm raising my son to be a man.
Yeah, we full-time fathers. That's the other part that be pissing y'all.
I'm raising my son to be a man. Like, I'm not raising my son to sit here and just participate, to go along and get along. I'm raising him to be a leader. He got a leadership award this year.
Oh, hand claps.
Yeah. So it's like, nah, man. Like, don't get me started. I'm not gonna jump on the soapbox today. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, my son, he didn't get no awards. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, your son is like 3.
He's 2. 2. Yeah, he ain't even 3 yet. He ain't even 2.5. But it was funny. I had a parent-teacher conference. They told me my son got to listen. And then they said he's super helpful. They said one of the little girls in class was crying because her mom or whatever had left or what, dropping them off. Kids cry. And said he went over to her. He patted her on the back, asked her, was she okay? Then they said he went to the little kids table, pulled out a seat for her, let her sit down. He continued just to pat her on the back and tell her it's okay. Which he does that to us. If you fake cry around, he will. But if you too big, he'll just pull your shirt until he chokes you to lift you up and ask you if you okay. But that made me happy. But she was like, we got to work on this listening. I'm like, yeah, his mom don't listen to me either. But whatever. Also,
except his mom.
And I'm not facts. All bad things come from the mom. I'm convinced. And I will say this. Kiki, your silence has been interesting. I do find it interesting that you are hosting the Soul Train Awards. I don't think BT is going to pull that because nobody watches the Soul Train Award, and it'll be her first time to talk publicly. I know the shot's going to be flying, and I can't wait to see black people, especially black people, to support shooting at a black man instead of letting it play out in the criminal court. Also, Darius, I don't know who is on your PR team, but to Darius' publicist, y'all doing a horrible job.
He needs to be quiet.
He needs to shut the hell up forever.
He needs to be quiet. And the thing is, like, poor kid. sometimes he actually has a point, but he ruins it.
Bro, somebody is always getting catching a stray through Darius. Whether it's Usher, whether his mom, whether it's Kiki mom, it's like, God dang,
he talks too much, man. Like, dude, just go to court, man. Just go to court. Leave everything else alone. But I mean, how old is this guy? 30?
Probably 33 tops.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. Like no one really prepares you as a man, like how to like live with a woman, how to vet a woman. And, so he's stumbling through a lot of this stuff.
And also, ladies, stop getting pregnant by men who have to email their mom when you turn off their phone to say, yo, she cut off my phone.
Yo, that was wild.
That was wild.
That was wild. She was like, yeah, like first, but you know what though? Like, I'm like, why did Kiki buy him a phone? Like, why he didn't have his own phone?
Exactly.
Like, what man have not had his own phone from the time that he's like 18 years old?
tops.
Yeah, like,
as soon as I went off to college, my mom was like, all right, you need to get your own phone. That's because I was going in the sticks and I had to get a new line.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, you paying for that.
But again, I think that says a lot about, the individual. And to any of you guys that's on your mom's cell phone plan, we're not taking shots at you.
Nah.
But what we are saying is, like, if you are dating a woman, like, and you get on her cell phone plan, you are at the mercy of her mood. And the same thing happened with a lot of women, right? There's a lot of women that on their guy's cell phone plan, and when he gets mad, what do? He turn it off. That shit off. And that is, it's a form of abuse both ways. Yeah, like it is both ways. And when I say that's a form of abuse, let me be clear. I am not saying that either one of these individuals are. I hate that we got to keep explaining that. Yeah, but because it's like, but you got to. One instance happened, and then people are like, you're an abuser, and it's like, that's not what an abuser is. Yeah, right. When we was going through the PDF of the case between Diddy and Cassie, right? This might be a pattern of abuse, right? This is 10, 15 years, right? 10 years, yeah. This individual, could be an abuser, right? Mm-hmm. Something happens one time, that's not abuse, guys. That's that. Anyways. I can't even go down that road because somebody's going to misquote the shit and be like, you're sitting here, it's time. Despite the fact that we just clearly said Kiki did it, right? Kiki turned off his phone. It's time for us. It's time for the dog piling to start. Last week we ended the podcast with what's your top 5 of baddies? Oh yeah, we did do that. And I'm here. I'm ready for my top 5. Now I only got 4, and I'm gonna let y'all pick my 5th. Well, I'm gonna give y'all my 5th option. Who came in for the last one? Ooh, I already know it. Got it. All right. Got it. You want to go first? You want me to go first? I'll go do mine. All right. Go ahead. Y'all kill Mike first. Please kill Mike only. This is my top 5 of all time attractive women of all time. Here we go. Halle Berry's number 1. Oh gosh. Vanessa Williams is number 2. Okay. Like I love Vanessa Williams when I was growing up, man. Like I was looking at her like this woman is so fine. Yeah. Facts. Sade. Really? It's number 3 for me. Sade is she so is pretty. Fine. She's still fine, bro. Yeah. She like, whoo. Her daughter look like her too. Oh all right, gosh. Sade is number 3. A-Marie is like my college crush, man. They getting lighter and lighter. Go ahead. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm already gonna get crushed. Now, I'm not about to help with the last person. I think Stacey Dash. I think she say dumb shit, but I think she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, man. Okay, so Stacey Dash, Anne-Marie, Sade, Vanessa Williams, Halle Berry. Yes. All right, that's a solid thing. Now, all right. Honorable mention. Who? Drea. Oh my gosh, man. I love Drea, man. I'm about to ask why your girl didn't make the list. I love Drea, man. She a bad person I can't put on the list. I like you got a little mixer. Was it anybody from like an older generation that you was like? I never got to see Pam Grier. Yeah, see, I never grew up to see Pam Grier. It's a couple old names. Like, damn, man, I wish I still had them up. Yeah, it was some baddies. You ain't put no white people in there. I ain't put no white people in there. Yeah. Oh. I wanted to put Jennifer Aniston in mine, but then she was never really cute to me. Horrible Bosses. That's the one time I saw her and I'm like, yo, she looked good. But outside of that, no. There are some. See, I love African American women. There you go. I love black women in general. I said it. So sometimes they catch it off the backboard and slam it in. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta catch it off the backboard. All right, here we go. Kelly Rowland, so fine. Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland is my girl.
Naturally beautiful. Like she looks like she wakes up like that in the morning.
Oh, facts. I love Kelly Rowland. Hold on. Nike just did something. Okay, I thought, all right, y'all about to scare me. They about to drop them Kobe's, and they got people playing. Anyway, back to my top 5. Kelly Rowland, you are amazing. That chocolate is everything I wish. I just want to smell you.
You're not pandering right now, are you?
Nah. I'm gonna get killed. LaShante, she used to be a video. I pulled it up for you because she used to be in video. She's older now. I forgot who she got a baby with. If you know who LaShante Heckford is, she is. I've been loving her since she was on the cover of Double XL. I want to say in like 05.
Yeah, LaShante,
tough.
This is tough, boy. She got that California girl look.
Yeah, and I'm into that. I like that.
Yeah.
Vanessa Williams. I gotta throw you in there. Vanessa Williams just always, it's something about them eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop there. And she just beautiful.
she's a beautiful woman.
Then, we had a battle of the Latinas.
Uh-oh.
We had Sofia Vargas. Yeah, if you know.
Yeah, everybody knows Sofia.
You got J-Lo, and you got
J-Lo.
And then you got Selma
Hayek.
Yeah, but Selma, she gonna pull out and she gonna have to win that out of them.
I don't know. Sophia gives her a run for her money, man.
But you know what it is about Sophia? I don't know how you still got that accent after like 30, 40 years.
That is so.
And it's sexy, and then you realize like, damn, it ain't left. Which makes me think like, are they? What is it when you're an actor and they have you playing like a certain role?
Yeah,
typecasting you.
But but low key that honestly might just be her accent, because did you see that clip of Mario Lopez like a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-mm.
So he's on a podcast, and somebody had said, they were like, Mario, they was like, because they were like, you're not really Mexican. And he's like, yo, no, like my parents are like from Mexico.
Yeah.
And they were just like, no, it's your accent. You grew up in California. So on the podcast, he started speaking in Spanish, and that he Mexican. Yeah. Like he is Mexican, right?
But hers is just like an accent on.
So I wonder sometimes, is it, like she was allowed to be herself because that's what they wanted her to be. But she probably has a very, very American accent if she wants.
And it's interesting with like Idris Elba. Like I remember when I found out he's from like England. It blew my mind because the first time I ever seen him was on The Wire.
Yeah.
And he had a Baltimore accent.
Exactly.
And it threw me off.
Yeah.
But you know what? Out of those three, J-Lo is coming in last. And no offense to her, she still looks great. She looks amazing. But all three of those women have looked great for like 30 plus years, which is amazing.
I'm looking at Sophia right now.
Yeah.
And I have a huge Southern accent, so people can switch it up.
True. But you sound country as hell. Shout out to Columbia.
It's worse.
Yo, they down there. Shout out to Bernard. He cooking raccoon and y'all was killing his ass. And last but not least, I've said this plenty of time, Nia Long is in my top 5.
Nia Long is in your top 5?
I love Nia Long. Ever since I saw her in Boys in the Hood.
I respect it.
Look, I love Nia Long. Now, I don't know what you're doing now. And it don't matter because you still look good to me. Like it. And then honorable mention, man. And I know, my honorable mention, this is going to be random. It was either Beyonce or Jill Scott, man. I love Jill Scott.
I love Jill Scott.
And it's something about Jill Scott singing. And if you know some of the songs and you hear some of the songs in the descriptions, let me know what time it is. I will say there is a tweet out there before anybody finds it where Jill Scott told me to calm down. I'm going to just leave it at that. And I was embarrassed because my friends was hitting me up and like, bruh, you look nuts on the internet right now. But yeah, Jill Scott that's my girl. My mom, I used to, boy. Anyway, let's get to sports news. Let us know in the comments, how do you feel about our list?
And what's your top 5? Like you should clip this and ask people like, hey, what's your top 5?
Yeah, what's your top 5, ladies? Like, what's your top 5 ladies right there?
Let the ladies get their top 5 for men too. Ladies, because y'all a third of our audience. 30% of our audience.
Yeah. And growing.
Yeah, go put your top 5.
Y'all definitely 90% of the complainers, but that's on us.
Jeez. They just doing what they supposed to do, bro.
And we're grateful. We're gonna thank you. Look, we might end this podcast with who we thankful for. Sports news: the 49ers won.
Oh man, we do that.
Y'all doing y'all thing. I intro the podcast with this. I'm number 1 in my fantasy league. I should have like one more easy win, and then it's gonna get interesting. We never talked about Draymond choking out Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Draymond, because he's a fake tough guy to me, man.
Yeah, I get the vibes too. And I guess it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, yo, I don't think you're a tough guy, and I think this is immature and whatever. Joe Smith, one day, bro, we gonna one of my favorite songs from the GOAT, Kendrick Lamar. Andre 3000 has to fall out of everybody's top 5 with this Flute album. But I'm playing. That was a joke. And I also think that's cool that artists can go do that.
Yeah, he can go do what he want, man.
Do what you the freedom, the power, the ability to do what you want is so beautiful.
Exactly.
Like I tell people all the time, like people are starting to recognize me as a podcast and don't know that I take pictures and I'm one of the best in this city. You cheap ass motherfuckers that's lowering the price of the brick out here. Sorry. I told Mike I need to go off on Columbia photographers in particular, but I'm gonna let that rock. But anyway, the ability to the freedom to do what you want is beautiful. And this podcast is gonna get me and Mike there soon. But Kendrick Lamar has a song called How Much Does a Dollar Cost? And Joe Smith, I do want to know how much do a dollar cost in your household.
At this point, I think it's intentional. I think Joe Smith is in on the gig.
Facts.
So
whether it was the videos and you looking dead at the camera,
yeah,
and you talking to the camera, that's always like the old heads don't do well with trying to navigate into this. So like I say this, and this is letting y'all into our group chat. I tell Mike every week that he doesn't know how to navigate the internet. He believes the internet is real, and
I'm gonna let him get it off.
Yeah, he does let me get this joke off all the time on this podcast, and I appreciate it because some lies. We're gonna put a tag at the beginning of this podcast that says all stories in this podcast is lies.
Yes,
like,
this is true.
That's what we're gonna throw at the beginning of here. Like, yo, we lie, but the next line is gonna be, "Do you want to tell the truth today?"
Yeah.
But anyway, Joe Smith, the fact that you went to Vlad as soon as your wife got a little buzz, right?
He did an interview on Vlad.
Yeah, he did an interview on Vlad. And then you get off of Vlad, and now your wife, who does Nuru, if you don't know what that is, that's when the guy, go look it up on Pornhub.
Neural massage.
Look it up. That's when they put out the jail on you. Yo, shout out to sex workers, man.
Okay, I'm gonna check this out. I hate Vlad, but
I thought you was looking up Neuro Smile. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I know what a Neuro is. Man. I'm pretty up to date on all my weird
ropes.
shit on the internet.
Look, I ain't mad at y'all doing weird shits. When I sat down with those sex workers at one time, they told me, they said, yo, I bet some of your homeboys do shit that you think is weird, but they pay us to let them get that shit off.
Nah, I'm not anti paying anybody, but I'm not paying anybody. When this pod takes off, though, if I do something crazy, I'm gonna pay.
NDA.
Always pay. If you make a lot of money, pay, bro. Do not pick up from the bar pussy. Just don't.
Facts. But what I wanted to get at was Cameron getting a massage from Joe Smith's wife while being live on air was wild to me.
That is wild. I think Joe Smith in on the gig. I'm gonna listen to this at the end of the day, and I hate Vlad. But I love Joe Smith. Joe Smith is actually one of my favorite athletes, man. Like, this is like the ACC heyday, man. This is when you had Randolph Childress, Rodney Rogers, Joe Smith at Maryland, Tim Duncan.
Okay, I know him.
Everybody at Chapel Hill. Everybody know the Chapel Hill and Duke players, but like, there's so many like heyday basketball players. Corey Alexander at Virginia. Georgia Tech would have good teams, right? So Georgia Tech had this is post Kenny Anderson years. So Kenny Anderson would have been like when I was a freshman, but who did they have before? Oh, Travis Best, right? Like, dude, like this was when college basketball was at its top. And Joe Smith is one of my favorite people from that era, and now he's a part of this. And it really goes to show you, like, as a man, your foresight has to become better than your hindsight.
Facts.
Has to.
Facts. You want to get your thing off with the post?
No, we don't.
The guns?
No, we don't have time today, man. We already got these folks in here in church for 1 hour and 10.
Facts.
So,
ooh, how long should church be?
30 minutes.
No. I'm talking about from start to finish, man.
30 minutes.
What's the longest church service you've been in?
Oh gosh, I don't even want to think.
Now
of
you're
bro.
a pastor's kid. What's the longest
I don't
church?
know, bro. I have been in some terribly long services.
Like, what's long? Because people don't believe it, and I'm gonna believe it because I was probably there.
Like, and this is the thing, right? So this is like if you leaving out Sunday school, right?
Yeah.
In the intermission part.
Yeah.
So service would start at like 11:30. Dude,
11:30?
I've probably been in a church service, bro, to like 2:30
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, facts. So 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Like 3 hours, man.
One time I went to Florence Church and we was there from 7 and we didn't get out to past like, I think it was 11:30.
That's insane.
And you know who was preaching?
Who?
My uncle.
Oh, gosh.
This nigga prayed for the entire church. And it was a revival. He played for everybody. He did row by row by row. And I was looking like, yo, what are we doing? And I remember I called my dad as soon as we got out of church, because this was by the time I had a phone call. He's like, yo, where y'all at? And I'm like, man, we just got out of church. Unc prayed for everybody. He said, now that don't make no sense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it really don't. Yeah, it don't. But shout out to my uncle, man.
Church lasts 30. Okay, I'm being a little flip with 30 minutes, but like you can get a good service in 45 minutes.
That's only like 3 songs.
Man, you don't need a bunch of songs, man. You need to come in. You need a song. You need some inspiration. You need to take up offering.
Nah, we do the QR code. Y'all scan that while the service is going on.
And you need like a quick message. Like, you do not have to preach for an hour. Preaching should really only be about 20, 25 minutes. I
think preaching should be about 30 minutes. And I think I don't think no church service should be longer than an hour and 10. That's why I personally
45 minutes in and out, man. When I do Sunday morning service for you boys, it's gonna be 45. It's gonna be 45 minutes. So it's basically, Sunday morning service basically gonna be Q&A. But yeah, man, we working on some things, man. We working on some things. Definitely taking an offer.
Yo, absolutely. Last thing before we get out of here, Joe Budden got us a Drake track. I am here to say, that's dope for Joe. That's dope for Drake.
Hey man, Joe Budden bullied Drake. And I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it, even though that shit got 0 replay value for me. Sorry, Drake, you did what we wanted originally, but it's a little bit too late. Yeah. I've come to realize that maybe even me, somebody who's the same age as Drake, I was in college when Drake was coming up, so it was a beautiful time in the world. I believe that was the best era of college. I know, and we're gonna have that debate next podcast. I want to have that debate. What era of college? I think 06. If you attended college let me get it out.
Go ahead and finish.
I believe if you attended college anytime between 06 to 2012, you had the best. That was the best college generation ever. But that's just me. But I do want to have that conversation.
This is all I'm gonna give you.
What? See, it ain't even playing. Okay,
I'm telling you what the best era of college was. That's all I'm gonna give you.
We're gonna have that debate. What was the best era of college? I'm giving 06 to like 2011. Really,
like we came at the end of Freaknik, so all that shit had to come back on campus,
man.
Bruh,
girls wasn't even giving head back in the day, so I know y'all.
You's a lie. You's a lie.
Look, man. Anyway, we gotta go. We didn't have y'all too long. We gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.
Y'all be safe for Thanksgiving, damn it.